Hey, it's a software engineering student here, and today we're going to be talking about arrays. So, first of all, an array is a container object that holds a fixed number of values of a single type. So, we've been talking about variables. A variable would be, for example, variable int a equals 0. So, we got a variable of the type int, name a, containing one number, which in this case is 0. So, instead we can create an array, int array, a array equals a new int array, and then we have to declare the size of the array, because an array is a fixed size in Java. So let's see, it got 3. It's a size of 3, which means it contains 3 numbers. Another thing that's very important to understand about arrays is they're based on a zero indexing, which means the first number in the array is placed on the 0th place. So the array contains 3 numbers, which would be, let's do it in a different way. So if you want to add, for example, a number to the first space in the array, you would do int, you would do a array number 0, which is the first space of the array, and we would add 12, for example. So now the array in the 0th spot contains 12. We could do a array 1 contains 13, a array 2 contains 14. Let's remove this one. And we could try doing a array 3 contains 15. However, now we get an exception, which is called array index is out of bounds, which means this array only contains 3 numbers on the 0th, 1st, and the 2nd spot, which means this would give an error because it doesn't exist. We're trying to put a number in some place that doesn't exist. And in the same way, if we want to get something out of an array, we could do, let's do a print again. And for example, if we want to print the second thing in the array, which means the thing on the first spot, I'm talking about 13, it could be a bit complicated at first, understanding that it's like the first spot, but it's spot number 0, but you'd get it at some point. So let's see if we want to print a array, and we would like to print 12. We would print a array on the 0th spot, and it would print 12. A different way to create an array, instead of creating the array first and then adding the numbers one by one, you can do int array, let's call it b array to be very creative, equals, and we would do it like this, and then we can add the numbers straight up. We could do 12, 13, and 14. So now we tell the array it still got 3 spots because we got 3 numbers. But now we already tell the array that on the first spot we got 12, second spot we got 13, and the third spot we got 14. Well, let's mix it up so it's not too confusing. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So for example, if we wanted to print 18 from the second array, b array, we could do b array print the second number, which is on spot number 1, and we would print 18. Then often when it comes to arrays, let's just remove this one for now, you would use the for loops we talked about last episode, because it actually makes a lot of sense. For example, if we want to print all the values of a array, we could do for, and we've got these built-in helpers in Java, or in IntelliJ actually. We could do the for each loop, or not for each loop, just a normal for loop. We talked about int I 0, while I is smaller than, and then we would do the a array dot length. And this is a built-in function in Java. You could use with arrays that return the length of the array. So the length or the size of the array is 3. So now we would get that when we print it, or as we go into the code block, we could, for example, we would like to print a array I. So when it runs the first time, we'll go through it. I equals 0, 0 smaller than 3, print a array 0, 12. Add 1 to I1, print next, check, print, add 1, and so on. And we get 12, 13, and 14, because first we print the 0 spot, the first spot, and the second spot, and then we stop executing the for loop. So this is the basics of array. I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next episode.